You guys have played with a lot of great players who did not like the moment. The spotlight, for whatever reason, wasn't where they were comfortable in. Say what you want about Jimmy Butler. That dude is not afraid of the spotlight ever.
I'm going to let Isaiah go because when I coached against him, he was never afraid of the spotlight. He would give it to you, and we knew that he was going to give it to you, and we didn't have an answer for him.
Yeah, Mike Malone is right on with he's a big moment player. I think he loves when the bright lights are on. He loves when the pressure's on. It's exact culture that Miami Heat wants.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's only one way to find out if you are that kind of dude, and that's, doing it, right?
Doing it.
We can all talk smack about, give me the rock in the big moment, I want it. But until you do it, it's just lip service, right?
Yep.
So, like, in your career, obviously you had one of the great Game 7s that we've seen when you guys played the Wizards back in the day and advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. But, like, I always wonder this, whether you did it in high school or even in college, when you get to the NBA, do you know you're that guy? Like, is that something like, did you just walk around with that kind of swagger where I want it, I know I'm that dude, give me the ball, I may miss it. Like, I think about, Kobe as a rookie, throwing those 3 air balls up in a loss and being eliminated for the playoffs. And I remember the legendary story is that when he went home, he went to the local high school or elementary school, had the janitor let him in, and his words, not mine, he shot for the next 18 hours to get it out of his system. But he wasn't afraid of the moment.
I think that's half the battle, not being afraid of the moment. Because so many people, when the lights get a little brighter, when the world's watching a little more, they shy away from that. There's only a handful of people that want those moments, that prepare for those moments and don't care if you make or miss or make a mistake. If you don't care if you make a mistake in them moments, because at some point if it does follow through, you can be the hero, but you can also be the villain. It's like, it is what it is. And with Jimmy Butler, that's who he is, and that's who he showed throughout his career.
I'm trying to figure out why he's played for so many different teams. Like why it took, whether it's Pat Riley or whether it's Coach Spo or just the Miami culture that you've talked a lot about here, where Jimmy Butler, me as a fan, has always been that guy.
Can I say, I think he makes people uncomfortable with how real and how authentic he is.
Really?
And he just fell in the right team. Like, Miami loves that. They bring that out. They want him to bring that out. And the other teams I could just see it from afar. Like, I wasn't in those locker rooms, but you could tell when he said something, it just made whether the coaching staff uncomfortable or his players that he had to ride with uncomfortable. And if they don't ride with it, it's like, okay, we got to part ways.
That's got to drive a great player crazy.
Like Embiid, he wasn't ready for that.
Right.
Okay. The guys in Minnesota, they wasn't ready for that. They wasn't maturing. They wasn't ready for that. The people in Miami, they mature and they ready for that. They want to take their games to the next level, and he's making their games go to the next level.
Interestingly enough, he did not play one-on-one with Duncan Robinson before Game 6 of the last series, which is why Duncan missed those 2 wide-open threes. Just putting it out there for you. Now, there's another one.
Why are we going back there? They're in the NBA Finals. They're in the Finals. Why are we going back to negativity?
Because it doesn't start till tomorrow. That's right. Meanwhile, there are a number of really good storylines here. Obviously, the Nuggets have never won an NBA title. Right, yep. You've got a 2-time MVP playing in his first NBA Finals. But there's also some bad blood that many of you may have forgotten about because it's a couple years old. But you ask any man if he remembers every fight he's been in, the answer is yes.
Yes.
You remember the details of the fight, where you were, when you were, and who that dude was.
Yes.
Because if you lost that fight, you want to get back at it.
Yes.
All right, so I got a good storyline for you here, and that is the Aaron Gordon-Kyle Lowry feud that goes back to the bubble, and Lowry with kind of the cheap foul there coming all the way across Gordon's arm there as he went up uncontested right there with a real swing of the arm. And then, of course, words were exchanged. Aaron Gordon called Lowry a bad word. Starts with the letter B. I'll leave it at that. And then Kyle Lowry said, is that right? I'm in room 836. Nothing between us but air and opportunity.
That's right.
To my knowledge, Aaron Gordon never went to the 8th floor.
No, he never went to the 8th floor, and they was in the same area.
Right.
So it didn't.
It was a bubble.
It was a bubble. So you can get to somebody if you want.
If you really want to.
If you really want to.
When you give out the room number, that's a different kind of guy.
Right. That's
right. That's a guy that's not afraid to
come see me. Didn't answer.
Right. Right. We don't know.
Well, he might have been getting coffee from Jimmy's room. true. That's also possible. I heard Jimmy Butler made 20 grand in the bubble selling coffee.
Is that right?
That's what people said.
Good for him.
Meanwhile, having Isaiah here and Tim gives us the opportunity to ask, have you guys ever been involved in an on-court situation like that where either you kind of gave a guy a cheap hit or shot, or a guy did it to you and there might have been words, or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I mean, that everybody goes through that. Not one person in NBA that's playing on a regular basis does not have a little altercation here and there.
Is that not you, though, Isaiah? Calm, cool, collected Isaiah Thomas, right?
Everybody. Never.
Does anybody remember this moment with
When?
Isaiah?
I was just pointing. He got in that look. He got in the way of my hand. I'm just doing this.
How can you let Schroeder do that?
I'm just doing this.
What's going on?
Yeah, his face got in the way. You see where my hand was going?
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens.
Look, I'm not even looking.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why.
I have a couple ideas.
I was trying to win.
That's it. It's all. We don't have any video of you and Ray Jean, but we did five.
Me and Rondo's cool now.
You guys are good.
Yeah, we solid.
Nice to hear that.
Yes.
One other storyline is the fear factor that the Nikola Jokic's brothers bring to the arena every single night. You may have seen them during the series and the sweep against the Lakers, when they basically yelled and screamed at 87-year-old Jack Nicholson. I mean, come on, he's 87 years old.
He's serious, too.
He don't
Look
care.
at him. He turned red. He like, yeah.
Right there, he said, say something, Jack.
Right.
Please.
Right. Right.
So I can step over that thing.
Yeah, now listen, you played with Jokic, of course. You know that brothers thing is real.
Oh, it's real.
They're both about 7 foot tall, about 350, and they don't play anybody for a fool. We also found out how they've been getting ready over these last 9 days, training for their fandom and watching their brother trying to win a title. That is a Serbian workout right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is a Serbian workout. Now, you may remember the fact that there have been issues between Jimmy Butler specifically, and it was one of the Morris twins, right, going back and forth, and Jimmy telling everybody, let's go outside. Everybody wants to go outside. Yeah. If you want to fight, let's just fight here.
Well, no, they're going to break it up there. They're going to break it
Yeah.
up there. And even if you say, let's go to the back, they're going to break it up there. They're not going to even let you
Security gonna be back there right when you get back
The
there.
only option is to give him the room number. That's the only option.
I'm winning 36.
I guarantee they left that night after the game.
So there are, listen, I assume that this bad blood has passed, but you get into a physical kind of situation, down low, bodies bumping, you quickly remember.
You quickly remember.
Right? I mean, you and the Knicks, right, back-to-back years.
Yeah. I mean, not back-to-back. We played 4 times.
Back-to-back.
Yeah,
It never
so, I
ended.
mean, it was bad
Here's
blood.
the play I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is the cheap shot from Jokic to Morris from behind. With the forearm from behind.
And you know what? That actually, gave Morris whiplash, and he was out
for a while.
He was
right?
out for a long
months.
time. Yeah, for a long
he was
time.
out for it.
So, I'm glad he's back, and he was played with Dallas this past season with my son. But and I talked to him about it. He said, man, I really had whiplash for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Which tells you how strong Jokic is.
Yes.
Because Morris is a big dude himself.
Yes.
Now, granted, he's defenseless. It's from behind.
Right, he didn't know it was coming. But,
Right,
I mean,
and-
but that was.
And you could tell Joker probably felt bad about that when it happened.
He
You
did.
think
Like,
he felt bad?
he
did.
He wanted to retaliate, but I know he didn't want to do it like that.
Right.
Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.